Hi, this is Ridea Keeping It Real, and we are reading through the Bible using the Good News Bible. We're on one of the Apocrypha books. We're on Sirach. We're almost finished with it. Um, we are on chapter 38, and it's a lot of good lessons and wisdom sayings. So here we go. Sirach chapter 38, Sickness and Medicine. Give doctors the honor they deserve, for the Lord gave them their work to do. Their skill came from the Most High, and the kings reward them for it. Their knowledge gives them a position of importance, and powerful people hold them in high regards. Still true. The Lord created medicines from the earth. So the Lord created medicines from the earth, and a sensible person will not hesitate to use them. Didn't a tree once make bitter water fit to drink so that the Lord's power might be known? He gave medical knowledge to human beings so that we would praise him for the miracles he performs. The druggist mixes these medicines, and the doctor will use them to cure diseases and ease pain. There is no end to the activities of the Lord, who gives health to the people of the world. And I'm reading it as it is because, and I'll once I finish Sirach, we're going to go through the Hebrew concepts of some of these words like Lord. But I'm reading it as it is right now. Son, when you get sick, don't ignore it. Pray to the Lord, and he will make you well. Confess all of your sins and determine that in the future you will live a righteous life. Very important. Offer incense and grain offerings as fine as you can afford. Then call the doctor, for the Lord created him, and keep him at your side. You need him. There are times when you have to depend on his skill. The doctor's prayer is that the Lord will make him able to ease his patient's pain and make them well again. As for the person who sins against his creator, he deserves to be sick. Wow, that's a deep verse right there. As for the person who sins against his creator, he deserves to be sick. That's hardcore. But a lot of these Old Testament Apocrypha books are hardcore. It's not the syrupy sweet that we're going to get when we get to the New Testament. Mourning the dead. Son, when someone dies, you should mourn. Weep and wail to show how deeply you feel the loss. Prepare the body in the proper way and be present at the burial. Weep bitterly and passionately. Observe the proper period of mourning for the person. Mourn for a whole day, or maybe two, to keep people from talking, and then pull yourself together and reconcile yourself to the lost. Hardcore. Grief can undermine your health and even lead to your own death. Grief lingers on after the death of a loved one, but it is not wise to let it lead you into poverty. These are some mourning people mourning the death of someone. We're going to color that picture. It looks great to color. Don't lose yourself in sorrow. Drive it away. Remember that we must all die sometime. There is no way to bring the dead person back. All your sorrow does him no good, and it hurts you. Don't forget that. You will die just as he did. Today it was his turn. Tomorrow it'll be yours. When the dead have been laid to rest, let the memory of them fade. Once they are gone, take courage. That is hardcore right there. It really is. Scholarships and other occupations. But the more you live, the more people that die that you love, the more you understand that in some way that's true. It's definitely true. This was their turn. Your turn is coming. Scholarship and other occupations. Okay. A scholar must have time to study if he is going to be wise. He must be relieved of other responsibilities. True. How can a farmhand gain knowledge when when his only ambition is to drive the oxen and make them work, when all he knows to talk about is livestock? He takes great pains to plow a straight furrow and will work far into the night to feed the animals. It is the same with the artists and the craftsmen who work night and day engraving precious stones carefully, working out new designs. They take great pains to produce a lifelike image and will work far into the night to finish the work. True. It is the same with the blacksmith at his anvil, planning what he will make from a piece of iron. The heat from the fire sears his skin as he sweats away at the forge. The clanging of the hammer deafens him as he carefully watches the object he is working take shape. He takes great pains to complete his task and will work far into the night to bring it to perfection. It's the same with the potter, sitting at his wheel and turning it with his feet, always concentrating on his work, concerned with how many objects he can produce. He works the clay with his feet until he can shape it with his hands. Then he takes great pains to glaze it properly and will work far into the night to clean out the kennel. All of these people are skilled with their hands, each of them an expert in his own craft. Without such people, there will be no cities. No one would live or visit where these services were not available. These people are not sought out to serve on the public councils, and they never obtain positions of great importance. They do not serve as judges and do not understand legal matters. They have no education and not known for their wisdom. I don't know about that. You never hear them quoting proverbs, but the work they do holds this world together. When they do their work, it is the same as offering prayer. This is true. That's a great verse. That whole chapter was good, actually. Chapter 39. But it is different with the man who devotes himself to studying the law of the Most High. He examines the wisdom of all the ancient writers and concerns himself with the prophecies. This is important. Not just the 66 books, all the writers. He memorizes the sayings of famous men and is a skilled interpreter of parables. He studies the hidden meaning of proverbs and is able to discuss the obscure points of parables. Great men call him for his services, and he is seen in the company of rulers. He travels to foreign lands in his efforts to learn about human good and evil. It is his practice to get up early and pray aloud to the Lord, his Creator, asking the Most High to forgive his sins. It's his practice to get up early and pray aloud to the Lord, his Creator, asking the Most High to forgive his sins. Then, if the great Lord is willing, he will be filled with understanding. He will pour out the stream of wise sayings and give thanks to the Lord in prayer. He will have knowledge to share and good advice to give, as well as insight into the Lord's secrets. He will demonstrate his learnings in what he teaches, and his pride will be in the Lord's law and covenant. He will be widely praised for his wisdom, and it will never be lost because people for generations to come will remember him. The Gentiles will talk about his wisdom, and he will be praised aloud in the assembly. If he lives to an old age, he will die a famous man. But if he is laid to rest before he is famous, he will be content. A hymn in praise of God. Like the moon, this is a hymn in praise of God, so they're singing this. Like the moon, I am full of more ideas to be discussed. Listen to me, you devout sons of mine, and blossom like the rose bush on the stream bank. Bloom like the sweet smelling lily, and send your fragrance into the air like incense. Sing the Lord's praises and thank him for all that he has done. Proclaim his glory in grateful praise. To the music of the harp, sing this song. All that the Lord has done is very good. All that he commands is sooner or later done. No one should ask why things are as they are. These questions will be answered at the right time. He commanded, and the water piled up high. Great walls of water arose when he spoke. Whatever he commands is promptly done. There are no limits to his power to save. He sees all that every human being does. There is no way to hide from his sight. He sees the whole of time from beginning to end, and nothing takes him by surprise. No one should ask why things are as they are. Everything in creation has purpose. His blessings overflow like the Nile, enriching the world in a fertile flood. He turns fresh water into salt water, and he turns his anger on the nations. For the devout, his ways are straight. For the wicked, they are laid with traps. From the beginning, he has made good things for the good and terrible things for sinners. The basic needs of life are these: water, fire, iron, and salt, flour, honey, and milk, wine, clothing, and oil. All of these things are good for those who are devout. They turn into evils for sinners. There are winds that are created to bring punishment, fierce enough to move mountains. In times of judgment, they unleash their strength and calm the anger of their maker. Vicious animals, scorpions and snakes, the sword that destroys the wicked, fire, hail, famine, and disease. These have all been created as punishments. They are all glad to obey the Lord's commands and are ready to serve him here on earth. When their time of duty has come, they never disobey. I was long convinced of this, so after thinking it over, I put it in writing. Everything made by the Lord is good. He meets every need at the proper time. No one can claim that some things are worse than others, for everything is good in its proper place. Now then, sing praises with all your heart and praise the name of the Lord. That was great. I'm going to stop there with that hymn. And we're gonna color this picture of these women weeping, and all the sorrow does him no good. So all that weeping and crying and sorrow, they're probably wearing gray and black on this. It does you no good. We've all lost people that we love, and you can say that it's easier said than done, right? Much easier said than done. Is it devastating? Especially if it's shocker that the person has died. Or I say that when you lose your mother, I lost my mother and my father. I love my father. My father was my hero. He was my Superman. He was the every man, right? My mother and I, we had a strange relationship. I loved her, but I never really saw her like a mother. Because I was raised by my aunt until I was 5, and it was just so confusing. Just a confusing. I always felt adopted, even though I have brothers and sisters and all that, but because I came there the way I came back home. So even with that, when my mother died, it was like an energetic wrenching. So whenever somebody's mother dies, I don't care how I know them, I'm going to reach out to them because I know that feeling. This is the person that everybody's going to be in gray here. She looks like she's happy. But it's almost like it's an energetic wrenching. It's almost like because that umbilical cord is cut. It is now cut. That person that you were tied to when you came into this world has left this world. There's something about that spiritually to me. There's just something about that. But this is telling you that everybody dies. Don't sit in this mourning. Mourn for the mourn, but don't stay in it. Don't sit in it. Don't let it get you sick. Don't let it kill you. That's what it said. And some of this, when I read some of this, it's like, you can read new things, but you can read old things, and there's nothing new. You know what I mean? Like this is life. This is what life is. People live, people die. I've always been like I'll go to a funeral and I'll read the whole program and I'll read the whole obituary. I've always been kind of fascinating with that, with how you see the end of your life, what the end of your life looks like. It looks like all the same woman, kind of, almost the same women. Interesting. I'll finish coloring that a little bit before I take a picture of the picture to upload it. But we just finished reading Sirach, chapter 38. Talked about sickness and medicine, and doctors are skilled, and medicines come from the earth. Use them. The ones that come from the earth, I mean. I'm a health insurance agent, so I see all the medications. Many of them are not necessary. So we know what that's all about. But this is talking about the medicines that come from the earth. Mourning the dead. We just talked a little bit about that. Scholarships and other occupations. It went through all of these occupations and how important they are. And then the hymn in praise of God. That was powerful too. That was very, very powerful. You're talking about your basic needs. It would be really interesting to look at those basic needs and say, like these people that are ready for doomsday, like, are these the things you really need? If you have these things, you're taken care of. That'd be interesting to contemplate that and think about that. So there we have it. We just read a couple chapters. It was great information, though, and information we can use for today. So with that, until next time, it's Ridea keeping it real.